You may be wondering why I decided to make a video about one of the most hated Call of Duty games of all time. Well, I have a very simple reason. I enjoy it a lot, and nobody else seems to agree with me. So I would wish to open up a discussion on this subject, because I'm curious to see why other people dislike it. Given there's a bunch of problems in the game that I will definitely touch over. However, I also want to say what I enjoy about the game. So let's get into it. So let's start out with the good, because it's always better to hear the good stuff first. With the game, I really enjoy the aesthetic of it, given it has a very gray color palette, and it's very annoying to look at people, because everybody looks like a mashed potato. But with the game, I really enjoy all of the character customization options, which there's not a lot, but I enjoy how they come out through challenges, not microtransactions mostly. Games, when you manage to get into them, are very fun and they're slower paced, which a lot of people dislike with Call of Duty, but I'm more of a Battlefield fan personally when it comes to Call of Duty. And I feel that slow pace is sometimes better, although definitely is never loved as much as I feel it should be. The less arcadey feel of the game is also a great thing in my mind, given every game typically will take 10 minutes. It's not like World War II, where it's a solid 3 minutes and the game's over, which most people, again, despise, but I enjoy having time. My friend Dylan, he plays snipers a lot, and he enjoys how, in this game, you can actually be a sniper. You can hard scope, you don't have to run around quick scoping in order to get your kills with a sniper rifle. Another thing I enjoy is how the challenges are for the camos. Every camo is having a challenge correlating with it. There's not get 15 headshots with like 17 different camos and then you get challenges. It's every camo is a different challenge, and if you want that camo, you have to use that gun in a way that you wouldn't before. So I really enjoy that. Another thing I enjoy is the extinction mode. I never really was a big fan of zombies, which people are going to be up in arms with about me. I'm probably going to get crucified for that, but it's whatever. I was never really a big fan of zombies. However, I was a big fan of safeguard modes, or the wave-based modes. It's just that for some reason I didn't enjoy zombies. And that's not to say I don't like zombies. I enjoy zombie movies and all that. It's just that I didn't enjoy Call of Duty Nazi zombies, or Schmebulok zombies, or whatever you want to call them. However, in Extinction, people seem to be very divided on it, which I never understood. I enjoyed Extinction so much, and I had all the map packs back on PlayStation 3, and now on PlayStation 4, although I don't have the map packs, I'm seriously considering getting them, because me and my friend Dylan, we both adore not only Call of Duty, but also the map packs and the games the maps that come along with it in Extinction mode. But with every good thing, there's definitely a bad thing to talk about. Now, if this game was still $60, I promise you, I would not have bought it. Oh my god. $60 for a game that has typically less than 900 people playing it is not a good deal. And as you can see in all these clips, the lobbies are typically only about half full, which also is probably why the games are slower. But even back on PS3, the games are slower. And since the games are now there's less people in the games, it really helps filter out toxicity, given there's still toxicity. It's Call of Duty. There's always going to be toxicity. But there is drop shotting still, and that sucks, but it's a thing. Just aim at their feet. But in general, it's not as toxic as, let's say, World War II, where you have people running around with grease guns and PPSHs. And there's a bunch of variety with your gunplay that you can use that most other games don't let you do, at least Call of Duty wise. For instance, I can use an SMG on Warhawk and still feel like I'm going to do decent. I don't feel pushed to use one gun, given there are some maps that if you use a certain gun, you are stupid. If you go on Strikeout, for instance, which is the baseball diamond map, if you use a sniper, you are a lunatic. But nobody is going to tell you that, because, like I said, only about 900 people play this game, and barely any of them have voice chat, and it's the most lovely thing I've ever heard in my life. The going on with the bad things, however, like toxicity, thermal sniper rifles, which I am using because I am a prick. Launchers I refuse to use, but they are a thing. And then there's things like drop shotting, like I said. Camping's a big thing in this game, which kind of sucks. But also, the camping spots are very obvious. It's very clear. If you've played this game on PS3, nobody's updated their strategy. It's just, on Warhawk, there's the room that there's only one entrance into. People always will stand up on those pallets, and that is the easiest thing to kill them on, because you just lean out. But it's a lot easier to do that. Winning games in Call of Duty Ghosts still feels great. It feels as good as it should. But losing games, I gotta say, feels even worse. Just because, since they're longer, it's a lot more of like a personal shot as it feels, which is not at all the way to portray it. But that is sort of how you kind of get to feeling. You feel like, oh man, I could have done a lot better. And then that kind of weighs on you a little bit, which it's whatever. I mean, then just don't play multiplayer. But then there's other things. In the stream, me and my friend Dylan talked about how climbing in this game, you can climb almost everything. We also touched on how there's a bit of input lag, as in a lot of the recordings you're going to see me randomly switching to my pistol, which I'm not meaning to do. I'm meaning to just put down something, or I decide I don't want to do something, so I hit triangle, but it thinks I double tap triangle, so it'll just switch it to my pistol all the time, and it's nearly got me killed so many times. Another thing, like I said earlier, the graphics I don't really enjoy that much. They're very brown and grayish, and just kind of blech looking. Like, the main reason why I popped this game at the begin with is because I was sick one day, and I was like, I want to play this again. And just 17 shades of gray is really not what you want to see when you have a kidney infection. Hit register also sucks with sniper rifles. Not saying it's god-awful, but also just saying it's pretty bad. There are a few times when I should have gotten a collateral, or I should have actually just hit the guy, and it didn't work. And I'm not even a good sniper. This is a dude who plays with the Remington way too much. My friend Dylan, he'll even tell you how crappy the snipers are, or just how reliant they are on kind of leading the shot. But it's not like Battlefield, where they've gotten good at figuring out where to lead the shot to. This is Call of Duty, where the maps usually are tiny, and this is like the first game in memory that has very large maps. So it's odd. Another thing to touch on about this game, frame rate's terrible. Typically you're running at like 20 FPS, but it'll always drop down to like 10 or 15. And it's very noticeable. Like I said, hit register. I'm reading off a list. Extinction is always fun, and if you if you have a game where you just get your ass kicked, that's fine. You can go to Extinction. You can go to Squad Wars, I think is what they're called, or just the Squads mode, which is really fun, and nobody really takes those too seriously. And squad modes are just, you get your squad, and some other dudes has all of his squad, and you guys just duke it out. And typically, you will win because they're AI, but it's fun. You feel like a badass, which is never a bad thing. And just, there's really not a lot more I can say about it. The game's fun. Please do excuse my voice. I'm a bit sick right now, and also just the poor gameplay. But I just want to know why so many people dislike the game. And I don't want a stupid reason like, oh, well, I don't like how the guns sound. The Remington sounds like it's shooting 50 caliber bullets, which is not how it should sound. And aesthetics-wise, the game kind of sucks. But with the good old-fashioned decent arguments is what I'm looking for. I don't want people to just completely rip on the game for no reason, which always will happen. But in the comments or something, just tell me what you feel could be done to fix the game, or just in general make it less toxic or something. And I know, no, they're not going to do anything with this game. This game's been out for so long, but I'm just curious as to what you feel could be fixed if they were to make a second one of these, or if they were to remaster it. Hope to God they don't, because they love to screw up games, but I want to see your opinion on it. So that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'm going to leave you with a small clip at the end, and yeah,